I call the Lacey County Budget, March 25th, 2025 meeting to order. Let us stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I'm going to pray. Lord, as we embark upon this budget year and getting ready to make decisions concerning budget for Lancaster County citizens and co-op and the government organizations and the non-government organizations, we're asking you to lead, guide, and direct us in doing the right thing for the right reasons. In the name of Jesus, amen.
Amen.
All right, let's see. Emergency Services, Chief Smith. Pages 25,
They have a copy.
pages 22 to 25.
Are we doing capital too?
Huh?
Capital.
No, capital will be on April 10th.
Okay. All right, good afternoon. I've got a couple accounts to get through. I will start early on. So for the volunteer rescue squad's contribution, it's been a really long time since that budget was increased. The contribution has been at $115,000 for quite some time. And in the meanwhile, everything has just gotten very expensive on both sides. So my proposal for FY26 for that one was moving from $115,000 to $173,250. Is there any question for their contribution?
No. Any questions?
What's the 250 for? I said, what's the 250 for? You don't have to answer that. That's just,
All right. The next item is for the volunteer fire department contribution. Each year, once Mr. Gill sends out the budget request, I usually just pull together the members of the fire departments and see what they want to do, if they want to remain the same or increase. This year, the mutual agreement between all three departments was increase of 10,000. I mean, not 10,000, 10% of the annual funding contributions. Cited really the same stuff as last year. Huge increase in mechanical costs, big increases in the protection equipment. A lot of each facility has taken on kind of large projects on improvement, getting new equipment, making building improvements and stuff like that. So that increase would be to $413,546.10. Any questions on that line?
Okay. Any questions, gentlemen?
No.
No. Okay.
All right, for my main operating expense, the 32301, just kind of a couple of things I wanted to highlight here. So we had another, we had a couple accomplishments for 2024. We received the American Heart Association Mission Lifeline EMS Gold Award. This is our 7th time winning this award. We had 3 staff members achieve 20 years of service for our department. They pretty much started at the beginning and are still here. These members are Pam Walker, Everett Walker, and Renee Smith. We placed a new ambulance in service to serve the Upper Lancaster EMS district, and we also placed a new advanced life support quick response vehicle in service to continue servicing Lancaster County and our mutual aid partners. We have 4 staff members that were selected to receive the VCU Health Trauma Center Shining Knight Award. These members were Shane Castile, Renee Smith, Jamie Townsend, and Alex Simons. The emergency management side was just kind of monitoring this year, luckily. We attended several regional meetings and trainings there, but thankfully we didn't have any active responses. So for 2024, end of the year with 2,253 calls for service with an average response time of 10 minutes and 32 seconds. The average total call time was 50 minutes and 33 seconds. So it's the 5th year in a row, so it's becoming just regular now that we're over 2,000 calls. So every year it happens.
How does that response time compare with, previous years?
It's pretty much right, all within a minute.
When you look at it, it says 10 minutes, and then I don't know whether that's less than last year or the previous years or more, or if it's improved then over the last 5 years.
It depends on kind of where the call is at too, but that time is from the time it's dispatched to the time the unit's on scene. We had 1,336 were non-transports, 917 were patients transported to the hospital. 475 of those were ALS, while 442 were basic life support. The Kilmarnock Volunteers finished with 173 calls, and Upper Lancaster had 63 calls. So the total calls for countywide was 2,489. So the goal again this year for our budget is staff recruitment and retention. That still continues to be a big one for us, trying to maintain people and bring new qualified individuals. So that is really our main goal. So our full-time line pretty much stayed the same as last year. We're trying to ultimately hit 16. Keep it at that. I think that'll be a good number. So we're still down. We also, in the process, I know we started, I think, in 2022 with the Virginia Retirement System Hazardous Duty Supplement. So that one is actually in the works. So hopefully we'll have that report done to present at the May board meeting. That'll pretty much match us with the rest of the surrounding counties.
Matt, you said that your goal is to have 16 on staff.
Yes.
What do you have now?
13?
13?
Because we have one retiring at the actually this weekend. So
Okay. Do we have, so is the budget built for 16?
Yes.
Yes.
We just can't find it?
Yeah,
it's a hard time to fill it.
Yeah, I mean, ever since Matt's been chief, he's been down 2 full-time people, and it's not from a lack of trying.
So what do we do? What do we do to help that?
I mean, we
We raised salaries.
yeah,
last
we
year.
raised salaries, we have a good health insurance package, competitive, and we are pursuing this hazardous duty pay retirement supplement as well. So the problem, and Matt can speak better to it, is that the pool of qualified people is just not there.
It's just the same people for
Yeah.
all the surrounding localities, and each person are just trying to compete. So, for instance, Matthews just announced that they were going to pull the trigger and go with the $30 an hour mark, which is kind of predicted in the past 5 years, but we just got there a little bit sooner. But everybody's pretty much kind of on equal playing field as far as offerings. So trying to attract people has just been difficult.
You said that they just pulled the trigger on, you said $30 an hour?
Yeah, so during one of our revenue recovery board meetings, it was, and I think during that time, the average was about 23, and they had predicted that we would see $30 an hour for a paramedic in the next 5 years, and it's happened. So, and then now everybody is playing catch up.
Okay.
Any additional questions, gentlemen? You got more to present?
Yes.
Okay.
So our main increase just matches our current amount of overtime, trying to do what we can to get it out, but a lot of it is just last minute call outs or staffing requests. So like tonight and tomorrow night, these were all last minute requests. We're trying to jump and fill, and we just have, sometimes we'll get lucky with the part-time, we're able to pick it up, but a lot of time it has to go straight to overtime. that is pretty much it there. For staffing increase, did 5% pay increase for total staff, and then adjustment of our pay scale. So pretty much just went up $1 per hour. So it would put EMT at 21, advanced EMT at 23, EMT intermediate at 25, and paramedic at 27. So another big one for us is for our EMS fire software. So the Virginia Office of EMS has been paying for that the past couple years. So we started in 2016 to 20 paying for it on our own, and the state kind of picked it up during COVID. They have cut that contract and they have put it back on the localities. So we have to have an electronic PCR. We've been with the same company since 2016 and we're currently using them. So that part will just transition to us in July.
How much was that increase?
They actually matched our contract rate at $6,500 a year. So it covers us, the 2 volunteer agencies, and then also the 3 fire departments. So everybody uses that same account. So I did a budget amendment. So when I first presented this, this kind of came into kind of fruition within the past 3 weeks, really. But for line 5540, I asked for originally for 16 and then made an amendment to go to 20. And the reason for that is for, I have 5 committed instructors with 1 lead instructor for an EMT program that is, we would like to start in the fall. So the idea behind that is to open it up to public safety and anybody who's already been kind of expressing interest to us, and then open it up to the public. So for that one, the cost for that is it'd have to be a hybrid program. It's $600 per student that covers the learning management system, and then going through our supplies would take about $3,000 for just training supplies for the program. So we've initially targeted 10. We might have some additional room to have some more people, but that's the reason for that increase. For medical supplies, that increase reflects our current pharmaceutical situation. To take into account of that, I'm still seeing mostly everything really high on our disposable medical supplies, really our day-to-day items. Nothing's really dropped off. So that is that amount just reflects the anticipated amount for medications for the year. The other 3 lines just reflect an increase in just general cost. I saw an increase in our uniform cost. So that was the reason for that one.
Well, go back to the previous line, you're saying the $20,000 increase is to cover the switching to having to manage our own drugs?
Yes,
So that's the ongoing cost at this point?
yes. Yeah, I'll have a better figure this time next year once we're up and running, but just jumping into that, it depends on our usage,
I just want us to
really.
keep track of that cost and what it costs over time that we're being hosed with.
Yeah, we're doing that with the, we're going to be doing that through the
So we
PDC
can
as
remind
well.
those at times necessary of who sent us that bill and when we need to be repaid for it.
We thought at
So-
one point that we'd have to hire additional personnel to assist with that. We don't need to do
It'll
that.
be helpful, yeah, it's a lot to
One was
take on
maybe
at
even a
once.
pharmacist on call. That's not necessary.
Yeah, because I'm having to learn as I go, so,
You are the pharmacist.
yes. So I actually have our inspection Thursday, so we'll get at least our state portion and then move to the DEA portion right after that.
Okay.
So that's all I have for that account. Is there any questions there?
Any questions, gentlemen, of Chief Smith? All right, Chief Smith?
Well, going back to that, like, what is the liability that the county or you assume in taking on those potential roles that you're doing?
The liability is not really increased because really we're doing it now. The only thing that's really important is just the drug tracking. We've got to track it from the time that we receive it here till the time that's either administered, expired, or wasted. So that's really, the record keeping is going to really be the biggest burden. For 32310, that's our radio system. That change for the 98,800, that just reflects the new leases. So I will say that we finished the we got the notice to proceed after 13 months for our last 2 towers yesterday. So we are moving forward with that, and they actually would like to start on Friday.
Wow.
So that was really holding up 3 counties. So hopefully we'll have that done by the next 2 to 3 weeks. And then for, I didn't have any increases for the emergency management 32403. Same thing as the past 2 years now. Seek the funding from Virginia Quality Life to supplement our AED program. And I think this is the last year of that funding before it runs out. But, any questions?
All right.
Questions?
All right, okay.
Thank
Thank you.
Thank you, Matt. Thank you.
Gentlemen, do I have a consensus on this budget?
I'm good.
You good, Ms. Fellows? Yeah, I'm good too.
I'm good.
You're good, good. All right, okay, next one. All right, Clerk of the Circuit Court, Mrs. Mulford. This is pages 18 and 19.
I did something I probably shouldn't have. I did 2 things in 1 year. Instead of requesting money 1 year and then revising my structure the next year, I combined them both in the same year, so it's probably quite confusing, but I'm here to answer any questions that you have. We do have some projected projects coming up that is one of the reasons that we're asking for some additional money. Deed fraud is on the rise, and we are looking into ways to alert property owners if a document is recorded against their property, so that they could be notified sooner rather than later that, something may be fraudulent. And that's something that we're looking into to help the citizens of our county to maintain their property and their sanity. Regarding their assets and so forth. I do not know what the cost of that program would be. There are several of them, and I'm looking into all of them before I do anything, because I want to make sure that it's going to integrate with our system and that it's not going to be a burden cost-wise. We also will have a need soon to remove some of our shelving and replace it with wider shelves. Our records coming back from the state library, well, not from the state library, but through the state library's CCRP restoration program, are coming back. We send 1 volume and they come back in 2, and the books are bigger, so they're not quite fitting into the shelves the way they used to, and they're taking up 2 spaces. So we're going to need to revise some of our shelving soon. Those units run about $4,000 a piece. We wouldn't do them all at one time. We'd spread them out over several years, but we will have a need to do that as well. Some of our shelving units are, I'd say, probably from the 50s.
Are these for the deed books, you said?
Deed books, land books, anything that's prior to when we started scanning.
So when you send them off to the state, what are they, restoring those books or something, or?
They do. The push right now from the state library is to remove it's kind of like a plastic coating on both sides. It's kind of like being laminated, but it's not a lamination. But it holds the acidity of the paper in, so they remove that lamination and deacidify the paper, and then they slip it into what looks like what you would put in a notebook, you know, the clear sleeves. But because they do that, you have the additional space for the sleeve with the pages in it, and so it takes up more space.
Do they digitize those records at the same time?
They do. We're having them digitized. It costs a little extra, but we are having them digitized, and they are available on our computers
And
for
then,
access.
like you said, like all future, like anything that's modern is digitized from the start, or?
Yes. Our current deeds, as they come in, are digitized as they are recorded, as well as our criminal records and so forth and so on. We no longer have court files. Everything's digitized. But we have to protect what we have.
Okay. Any additional questions, gentlemen? Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Gentlemen, do I have a consensus on this one?
I'm good.
Okay, good. All right, good. All right, consensus. All right. Social Services, Dr. Henderson. That's page 31.
Putting up my presentation. Good
Oh,
evening.
they've got copies of it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Good evening, Chairman Palin and other board members. I would like to thank you for the opportunity to present our budget. I did do a cute little slide presentation for you, but Mr. Gill didn't put it up. That's okay. And I did not come this year like my predecessor with a ruler to exact punishment on you. Give Mr. Gill just a minute.
It might take a minute for that to come up.
Because I understand we have 2 newer board members this year.
No.
No?
No, these guys have been here for
See, I got
3 years.
bad information.
Yeah.
So they don't even need that. You can go to the next one, Dawn.
Go to the next one, okay.
Just to let you know, our budget is a little different than some. First of all, we operate in 3 budget cycles: the local budget, the state budget, and the federal budget. We rely on local funding during April, May, and June. We call that gap funding because that's when the money that the state allocates us for staff and operation is always not enough. And then the local match rates vary. So with our budget lines, local match rates may go from 0 local match rate, which are federally funded programs, to 67%, which is the pass-through money that we rely on in April, May, and June for staff and operations. Any questions on our budget process? And then the budget that I am requesting, the local match for fiscal year 2026, $1,137,676.77. The state match is $1,218,349.54, and the federal match $2,004,069.08, for a total budget of $4,360,95.40. Any question on?
Have you been running into any trouble getting the federal dollars?
No. As a matter of fact, we've just started last week having conversations with the Social Services Commissioner, and he said right now they're not seeing where any of what's going on in Washington is really affecting us yet, that it would take a full month of shutdown for us to realize any ramifications. Any more questions?
Any additional questions?
I have no.
And what you have before you, I don't know what your page number is. Our budget is pretty much broken down into 3 sections: the benefit programs and service programs. On the benefit side, we only are looking for an increase on line 55704, or auxiliary grants. So what you see in red are what we are asking for an increase in, and what is in black remain constant. So any questions on the increases? Don's rolling on through. And then on the administration side, which is the most costly and the one that takes the largest bite out of the local budget, that is our staff and operations. Any questions on any of the budget lines?
No questions.
And just to give you a fiscal impact of the federal programs to the local economy, and the information that was available was as of fiscal year 2023. And all of these budget lines are fully federally funded with no county match. So all in total, the benefit programs are $34,111,850. Any questions?
Okay, any questions, gentlemen? Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you
All
very
right.
much.
Gentlemen, do I have a consensus?
How you do for me?
I'm good,
Good, good, good,
as long as the federal money keeps flowing.
good. All right, all right. Lancaster, Virginia Historic Society, Ms. Hart. And that's page 33.
So we have a very modest request for a $600 increase this year. And as a reminder, the funds that we seek from the county do support our care of the county-owned buildings as serving as an overseer and caretaker of those for the county government, those being the old clerk's office from the 1790s and the old jail from the 1820s. That covers regular care and maintenance, as well as a very small portion of our overall budget toward overhead for the programs and supplies and equipment, things that we do holistically to support the interpretation of those buildings and education and stories of Lancaster County. We are also glad to provide support to the Historic Resources Commission of the county, which several of our members are cross-pollinating and serving on, and also to provide support. We've had several questions recently from John, from people in the county buildings offices about things like the county historic landmarks and the Virginia State Landmarks and National Register and things like that. So we try to be a resource for you all on information such as that, and we look forward to further partnerships where we can support projects that have to do with Lancaster County history. So I'm happy to talk about any ideas or questions that you all have.
Any questions, gentlemen? There are none. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Gentlemen, what's your pleasure? Do I have a consensus?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, consensus. All right. Let's see. Youth Club of Lancaster. All right. And that's page 33.
Hi, Chris Brawley, President of Youth Club of Lancaster County. This is Dwight Forrester, VP of Facilities. I did not dress in costume tonight. I have to umpire a 8 to 10 softball game at 6:30, so I appreciate you guys squeezing us in early. We are celebrating our 60th year at Dreamfields, and this year in 2025, and we just started our spring Little League season. We have about 165 kids on 16 teams across, I believe, 9 divisions. This year, we are hosting the middle school softball and baseball teams, the JV and varsity baseball and softball teams. We have asked for an increased funding from $15,000 to $20,000 to assist with our maintenance and park maintenance and repair budget. Over the last year, our costs have increased 24%, as well as utilities have increased 9%. We have seen substantial increases, on all of our budget line items, but we do supplement those with fundraising efforts throughout the year. This weekend, we are hosting a high school baseball, softball tournament, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Our middle school teams, as well as JV and varsity teams, will be playing, and I invite you all to come down to the ballpark and watch a little high school baseball and softball. Dwight?
Again, we appreciate your support and continue to support. Just highlighting those events and highlighting the usage of the park. Our park has been utilized this year for numerous other activities other than the traditional baseball and softball. And with that, it's been some expenses, from the paving projects to everything else that's going on. We just and the building. We didn't talk about the Hayden building. Our Hayden building is rented out just about every weekend. Now we keep that cost extremely low, so that so many people, there's places for family birthday gatherings, family reunions, events, and that's one thing that I think we don't have in the county. And so for the ballpark, the Hayden building has become a reliable resource for so many people and so many families in the county. I don't know how many family reunions and birthday parties we've had there this year, but just about every. And some weekends we're double booked. We're moving people in on Friday night so they can do something Saturday, and then they're trying to clean up Saturday night so we can have an event for them Sunday. So with that, just when you have that much usage in a building, as you all know, the wear and tear on the building. So these funds for those capital improvement projects and for just general maintenance, really, we're just trying to keep up with the maintenance on those facilities. So thank you for your support, and if you have any questions, be free to answer.
I'd like to make a statement so that all the board members are aware of it, that when we sized the pump station for the new high school down there, we added the dream fields into that project, so they'll be on that sewer system with the high school.
Do you all seek additional funding from the school system?
We do. The school system does lease the high school baseball and softball, or leases all of the fields from us during the spring season. And that money also goes to help maintain the fields specifically, and getting any type of equipment that is our responsibility for the high school teams.
But we're not seeking any additional revenue from
From the schools.
this year. It's kind of that line item that's been there for forever. We're trying to, with everything that's going on, we're trying to maintain that level with them as well. So.
Any additional questions? All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you all.
Gentlemen, do I have a consensus? Okay. Yeah. All right. Okay, consensus. The Haven Shelter, Mrs. Yeakel. Mrs. Yeakel here?
She's going to be
She's
virtual.
Okay, she's online.
Yeah.
All right. Ms. Yeakel up?
Mr. Chairman, just for general knowledge purposes, we've got presentations tonight for the indoor boys track team who won the state championship, and several individual girls who won the indoor state championship in a couple of different events. And I was told by the athletic director that they would be here around 5:30, so when most of them get here, we'll interrupt and make that presentation. But I don't see Coach Washington here yet. He's coming? Okay, all right. So anyway, is Lynn Sharp or Ellen Yeakel on, Glenn? Okay.
Yeah, all right. Ms. Yeakel, you up? All right.
All right, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. How you doing?
Good, good. So let me see if I can get a,
Page 30.
so we have asked for an increase this year, a modest increase. We are actually facing a significant loss of federal funding this year due to reductions in funding in the Victims of Crime Act fund. And we are working very hard to patch those holes. But at the same time, we are experiencing an increase in requests for services. And you have the information that we sent to you, that there's been a significant increase in Lancaster County over the last year, especially in shelter. And we were trying to see if we could figure out why that was. I don't know unless it was just an outreach, or that your local folks are giving referrals. I'm not sure. But we did see a significant increase in the number of individuals seeking shelter and nights of shelter. The hotline calls that we know originated from Lancaster County also increased. And the number of individuals who received advocacy services, they might or might not have been in the shelter. Most of them, all of them could not have been in the shelter. They receive services through the local courts. We provide transportation for them. We provide other advocacy services. And so that has also increased. In addition to intervention services for those who've experienced domestic violence or intimate partner violence or sexual violence, we also have some community programs. The Do You program for youth, which is designed to help young folks define their own values and that kind of, to help reduce the risks of violence in the future. So we have asked for an increase. We are really getting ready to face the toughest year we've ever had in terms of funding. So we hope that we can continue with your support. We also expect another increase in requests for services from Lancaster County due to an agreement that we are hoping to enter into with the Lancaster County Sheriff's Office to provide lethality assessment protocols. And this is we are at this point waiting for Lancaster County to get their training, and then we will begin working with officers when they are at the scene of a domestic violence situation. They are going to be trained in assessing the lethality of the situation that they're in. And if it is a dangerous situation for the victim, they will make immediate contact with Haven staff, excuse me, regardless of time of day or night. And we will help that victim with safety planning and trying to get services in there that will protect them from severe bodily harm and or death. It's a program that has come out of Maryland that has been very successful in reducing deaths related to domestic violence and also serious injury. So we do expect to be serving more Lancaster County residents once that program begins. If you have any other questions, I'd be happy to answer those now.
Gentlemen, you all have any questions?
I guess, looking at these numbers, I guess maybe I'm the only one that's very disturbing, really, to me. you want these numbers to be going in the opposite direction, not increasing. So I'm not sure who the Haven is working with in Lancaster to figure out why the numbers are increasing. And how does this compare with the surrounding counties? Are we seeing the increases all over the Northern Neck, or is it just Lancaster?
We have been seeing increases throughout the Northern Neck. Honestly, in Lancaster, I feel like it's a good thing. I think what's happening is that your victim witness program is making more referrals to us. I think because we have had in the past a much lower rate of services in that area, and we have made every effort to increase our outreach so that folks know we're there. We have overall, since COVID, seen, and not just in our community, but throughout the state, an increase in violence and an increase in the severity of violence as well. We are getting more reports of strangulation and more reports of weapons being used or threatening with weapons. So it is unfortunate, but it is something that we have been seeing across the state.
Thank you.
Any additional? Yeah. Any additional questions? All right. Thank you, Mrs. Yago. Tell Paul I said hi.
I'll do it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Gentlemen, do I have a consensus? Yes? Yes? Okay, consensus. All right. Are all the coaches here? All the students here? Some are at baseball. We want to wait a little while? Okay.
Are you expecting anyone else?
Okay.
This is probably a good time to do this because the Bay Agent folks are scheduled at 6 o'clock.
Okay.
And so we've got a little bit of time.
Okay. All right.
Are they online, Glenn? Okay.
Which one? Bay Agent?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, okay.
But I mean, it's supposed to be Tinsley Goad and David Foles. They could be,
Yeah.
it could be on one
All right,
line, yes.
well, let's move on with them then. All right. Bay Agent, you're up. Mr. Gold?
I'm David Poles. I'm here. I don't know if Tinsley Goad's on yet or not. He's in a different office.
All right, okay, he's not on. All right, we'll come back to you. All right. Northern Neck Soil and Water?
They're not here yet.
They're not here.
No,
Hey, you just sit down. Who else is here to present? Ray?
We could do the,
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm waiting till they got together and do it. Well, it looks like we're gonna have to wait on it. All right.
let's talk about the increase in strangulation.
If you want to keep moving, Jackie Davis is here with the Bay Consortium Workforce Development
Good,
Board.
all right.
You'll see her in the back.
Okay,
Yeah.
Ms. Davis?
Oops. That's it?
That's it?
Okay.
All right, hold on, Ms. Davis. We'll get back with you. All right, thank you, Ms. Davis. All right. Okay. We want to make a couple of resolutions here. I'm going to make them one at a time. First of all, I want to make a resolution concerning the boys' indoor track and field team. And this is a resolution by the Lancaster County Board of Supervisors recognizing the 2025 state champions of Lancaster High School boys indoor track and field team. And it reads, whereas the 2025 Lancaster High School boys indoor track and field team was a Region 1A champions and qualified for the Virginia High School League Class 1 state championship meet. And whereas the 2025 Lancaster High School boys indoor track and field team scored 82 points at the state meet, outscored 19 other teams, and claimed its first Virginia High School League Class 1 indoor track and field and state team championship. And whereas the 2025 Lancaster High School boys indoor track and field team were led by coaches Draper Washington, Marcus Ferguson, James Tim, and you have to excuse me, I might mispronounce your name, Bob Dissey. Is that correct? Dissey. Bob Dissey, and consisted of the following student athletes with their state accomplishments. Matthew Kane, Class 1 state indoor champion, 3,200 meter run. Second place, 1,000 meter. Second place, 4x 800 meter relay team. Third place, pole vault. Josh Woolard, second place, 4x 800 meter relay team. Sixth place, pole vault. Seventh place, 1,000 meters. Seventh place, 1,600 meters. Zayden Vini, third place, 4x 200 meter relay team. Third place, 55 meter hurdles. Third place, triple jump. Porter Pittman, second place, 4x400 meter relay team. Third place, 500 meter dash. Fifth place, 300 meter dash. Brooks Parker, second place, 4x400 meter relay team. Second place, 4x800 meter relay team. Eighth place, pole vault. William Ball, third place, 4x200 meter relay team. Fifth place, pole vault. Tylen Lee, second place, 4x400 meter relay team. Second place, 4x800 meter relay team. Jaleel Hebbins, second place, 4x400 meter relay team. Third place, 4x200 meter relay team. Amonte Jackson, third place, 4x200 meter relay team. And we have other team members, Brandon Van Landenham, Tyler Rose, DeAndre Newton, and Clement Williams. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Board of Supervisors of Lancaster County hereby recognizes the exemplary dedication and determination of and expresses its admiration to the 2025 Lancaster High School Boys Indoor Track and Field Team for the outstanding accomplishments attained this season, culminating with the Virginia High School League Class 1 State Championship. And be it finally resolved that a copy of this resolution expressing the sense of the Lancaster County Board of Supervisors on this matter be conveyed to the Lancaster County School Board, the Lancaster High School Athletic Director Chuck Parrish, and be spread upon this meeting minutes of said Board of Supervisors. You've heard my resolution. All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed, nay. Ayes have it. Resolution passed. I'm going to ask the coaches and the boys track, indoor track team to come forward. Gentlemen, y'all want to come and come? Everybody looking good? Where am I at? I'm Kevin, it's a double. All right, this is Jason Robinson. All right, I'm my assistant chairman here. I'm the chairman. My other board members, Bill Smith, Lee, and Craig. All right, gentlemen. Happy Saturday. Okay. Anybody else?
We got one for everybody here. Okay. Coach Draper, you take this box when you leave.
Are you ready for?
Yes, we'd like to take a photo.
Come on, Bill, I need you to. All right, thank you, sir. Thank you.
Congratulations, guys. That's good.
All these track we got. We'll have a track practice.
They'll stop winning after they get a crop.
Okay, don't everybody leave. We got the girls to recognize. Don't leave. We got the girls to recognize. Okay. Now let's look at the girls. Yeah. All right. A resolution adopted by the Lancaster County Board, or will be adopted by the Lancaster County Board of Supervisors, recognizing the 2025 Lancaster High School Girls Indoor Track and Field Team and individual state champions. Whereas the 2025 Lancaster High School Girls Indoor Track and Field Team was the Region 1A champions and qualified for the Virginia High School League Class 1 State Championship meet. And whereas the 2025 Lancaster High School Girls Indoor Track and Field Team scored 51 points to place fourth at the Virginia High School League Class 1 Indoor Track and Field State Team Championship and produced multiple individual state champions. And whereas the 2025 Lancaster High School Girls Indoor Track and Field Team was led by coaches Draper Washington, Marcus Ferguson, James Tim, and Bob Dees. I'm sorry, sir. Bob Dissy, and consisted of the following student athletes with their state accomplishments. Mackenzie Dagner, state champion 300 meter dash, state champion 4x 200 meter relay team, fourth place 55 meter dash. Alexis Kelly, state champion 4x 200 meter relay team, fifth place 4x 400 meter relay team. Grace Lawrence, state champion 4x 200 meter relay team, fifth place 4x 400 meter relay team. Courtney Johnson, state champion 4x 200 meter relay team, fifth place 4x 400 meter relay team. Josie Spencer, second place pole vault. I think that's Rory Lally, fourth place 1,000 meters. What's that, AYLA? Ayla Saunders, fifth place, 4x 400 meter relay team. Finley Major, sixth place, 1,000 meters. Sixth place, 1,600 meters. Elisa Villa, sixth place, shot put. And Angelina Smith. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Board of Supervisors of Lancaster County hereby recognizes the exemplary dedication and determination of and expresses its admiration to the 2025 Lancaster High School Girls Indoor Track and Field Team for the outstanding accomplishments attained this season, culminating with multiple Virginia High School League Class 1 Girls Indoor Track and Field individual state championships, as well as the fourth place team finish. And be it finally resolved that a copy of this resolution expressing the sense of the Lancaster County Board of Supervisors of this matter be conveyed to the Lancaster County School Board, the Lancaster High School Athletic Director, Chuck Parrish, and Chuck Parrish, and be spread upon the meeting minutes of said Board of Supervisors. All right? You've heard the resolution. All in favor say aye. Aye. Noes? Any noes? Nope. Ayes have it. All right, resolution passed. I asked the young ladies and coaches to come up.
I think we got one.
One young lady?
Yeah.
All right. pick on him. I know he doesn't mind.
Congratulations, thank you.
All right, DeAndre Newton, will you forward? You mind coming forward?
We had two young men come in right after the picture. These are also members of the boys' state championship indoor track team.
Appreciate it. Thank y'all.
Congratulations.
Thanks for putting us on the map and keeping us there. Okay.
Yeah. I bet they can't wait to race around that new track.
Yeah.
Might be a little wet right now.
Okay, let's get back on track. Let's see if Bay Agent is there.
Yeah.
Bay Agent.
I think Tinsley's here.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay.
All right.
All right, so you're up. Okay, page 30, gentlemen. Yes, sir. Yes, sirs.
Okay, great. My name's Tinsley Goad. Good afternoon, and thank you for letting us attend virtually. I'm the CFO at Bay Aging, the Area Agency on Aging and Community Action Agency serving the Middle Peninsula and Northern Neck of Virginia. Before I start the presentation, I would like to first recognize our board member from Lancaster, Ms. Vera Lee, who has served on the board for a number of years and in several leadership capacities, and we are very grateful for her service. Bay Aging divides its operations into three categories: health, housing, and transit. I will speak a little bit about the first two and then let David Foles, our new transit director, talk about our transit request. For fiscal year 26, we are requesting from Lancaster a 3% increase from the FY25 appropriation for our health services. I hope you have a copy of the service summary sheet that shows that in the previous fiscal year, these programs served more than 2,300 people in Lancaster. And these services included more than 12,000 home-delivered meals, 11,000 in-home care hours, information, education, caregiver support, $95,000 in emergency home repair, homeless interventions, and other services that help citizens of all ages live independently in their communities. The increase we are requesting will help us offset rising personnel, insurance, and other costs that we are experiencing in our programs. The impact sheet for Lancaster also shows in more detail the value that county residents received from Bay Aging in fiscal 2024, specifically the important leveraging factor that results from your contributions, which act as the local matching funds that are required to access the much larger sources of funding from state and federal sources through the Older Americans Act and other programs. In summary, every dollar contributed by Lancaster County in FY24 translated into $42 of services to county residents. The sheet finally also points out the combined $73,000 in real estate taxes and utility fees paid to Lancaster and the town of Kilmarnock during the previous fiscal year from our facilities at Tartan Village and at Mercer Place. I can take any questions or turn it over to David, but I just wanted to say we really appreciate the board's support and our partnership in serving the citizens of Lancaster.
Okay, any questions, gentlemen? There are no questions.
I'm David Foils, current transit director for Bay Transit. Kim Pollock was able to retire in February after 20 plus years as transit director. I'd like to thank you for over 26 years of your support for Bay Transit. We offer a rural door-to-door transit service where we come to your house, pick you up, and take you to your destination within our service area. In Lancaster, we have one bus operating 12 hours a day and one bus operating 6 hours a day. And we were able to provide 11,257 rides to Lancaster residents. 50% of those rides were to get to and from work. Nearly 17% were for health purposes, and the other 17% were for retail. We also offer a new Freedom program that offers rides to seniors and people with disabilities to destinations outside of our Bay Transit service area, often to specialized medical services and VA hospitals in Richmond, Hampton. This year we provided 453 new Freedom rides to Lancaster residents. Part of the impact of the transit on Lancaster residents is economic development. People ride for a reason. They access to medical services and retail stores, to and from work. We also do an art and transit with the Royal Art League in Kilmarnock. That's ongoing right now. We also have several riders. One I'd like to talk to you about that they ride. They're in a wheelchair and they go to Walmart in Kilmarnock weekly. We also take them to Belfield Physical Therapy. And this year we're asking for a 3% increase over last year's request. And that's due to the rising cost of repairs on our vehicles, the cost of insurance and personnel. Does anybody have any questions?
Any questions, gentlemen? All right. No questions.
Thank you.
Okay.
All right. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much. All right. Have a good evening. All right.
Yep.
All right, gentlemen, do I have a consensus? You do. All right. Yeah, okay. All right, consensus. Northern Neck Soil and Water.
I'm bearing gifts this year.
That's page 37.
All right, I approve their budget.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank
I'm
you.
easily bribed.
These are not gifts, these are just marketing materials. They all have our name on them,
Thank you,
so
thank you for
My
saying
wife will
that.
be
we're not
happy
asking
about
for
that.
anything in exchange, just appreciation of what you do for us.
And that's recorded, thank you.
That's right.
And it's a ripple.
John, we will get you one. I'm sorry, we didn't count you in the
Oh, no, that's all right.
count. We'll make sure you get one, though. Thank you all
I'll give you mine
for,
now if you'll wear it.
thank you all for letting us come out this evening and present to you. We are really having quite the year with cost share funds. The state has finally wrapped up the funding for the state Ag BMP cost share program. Last year, or in fiscal year '24, we started implementing the whole farm approach, which is more of like a stackable BMP program, if you will. It's put a lot of extra dollars into our local ag community. It's a great opportunity for our farmers. It's a heck of a lot of paperwork and computer data entry on our side of it. But as you'll see in our annual letter, we have dispersed almost $1 million back into just the Lancaster County agriculture community during fiscal year '24. We anticipate doing the same this fiscal year, and we've been told by the state so far that the funding for the upcoming year, fiscal year '26, looks just as good, if not better. So we are very anxious to get those conservation practices on the ground and get that money back into our local ag communities. Other items of interest, we have a huge VCAP program, which is sort of our urban cost share program, if you will. We have a lot of interest in the living shoreline projects, particularly here in Lancaster County. We've included some information for you in the packet in our annual report and in our request letter, sort of breaking down those different projects. We've assisted the locality with 2 Chesapeake Bay Preservation Act ag assessments. We have certified inspections on over 500 acres that are involved under a resource management plan. Coordinated and staffed 2 annual household hazardous waste collections each year. We just had one this past Saturday here in the parking lot. It was a huge turnout. 217 cars, Brandon's saying. We've expanded our educational outreach. We've done a program for the Boys and Girls Club of the Northern Neck in March of last year, participated in several career days, and have assisted the Friends of the Rappahannock with some professional development trainings for local teachers. Brandon, anything you want to highlight?
No, the only, well, I think the last couple of weeks, and I don't think it really pertains to y'all, was the lot of complaints about the Chins Mill Pond pollution from the, we're assuming the solar farms, but I think that's on Richmond County side. I did notify Don because it was on the border, but we've been getting flooded with complaints on that.
And I have too.
So, so just wanted to bring that up, just in case y'all didn't know, but I think most of you know now. But you had
Is that within y'all's domain, or y'all inquiring into that, or?
Not really, because it's the solar and the Richmond County is handling it. We just forward everything to Hope over there, and she asked us any more complaints, just send to her because she's getting flooded with them too.
Yeah.
DEQ came down, I think, last week, so.
Yeah.
They're in the process, the solar farm, of some corrective action at this point, is what we've been told. So hopefully they will get that fixed, whatever the problem they're having.
Yeah, all of that's on the Richmond County side, not in Lancaster. Richmond County contacted DEQ, and I didn't know they had already been on site, but apparently they have been on site and are working toward fixing it.
The same water though, Don.
So it is same water, but I mean, the
Water don't know the county line.
That's right. It's all coming into the Rappahannock. So.
Any questions, gentlemen? Okay. Mr. Walker, you
Sir.
have anything to say?
Thank you.
You knew I was going to put you on the spot, didn't you? He's our representative to the Soil and Water Board.
Just put some things into perspective. I haven't gotten the 2024 number yet, but for fiscal year 2023, the cover crop program reduced nitrogen runoff into the bay by 1 million pounds.
£1 million, okay.
I just thought that was a staggering number for just a cover crop.
All right. Yeah. All right. Well, thank you all.
All right, thank you.
Being
Have a good evening.
the farmer on the board, I'd like to thank you for all y'all do.
Thank you.
Thank you.
These people are a huge help to us in the farming industry, so
Thank you.
We appreciate all your support. Thank you.
thank you.
Okay. Gentlemen, do I have a consensus?
Good.
Good.
You know I do.
That's why I looked at you first. All right, we have a consensus. All right. All right. Okay. Next one. Bay Consortium Workforce Development Board. That's page 37. Miss Jackie Davis. Is she here?
yeah, she's there.
Oh, she coming. Yeah, that's right. We called on her before. Yeah, okay.
Good evening. Thank you for having us. I'm Jackie Davis, the Executive Director for the Bacon Social and Workforce Development Board. We oversee workforce development activities within the region and oversee the Virginia Career Work Centers within our region as well.
Can you pull your mic down?
Yep.
So- Yeah.
I'm trying to tear it up. All right. It was that easy. It's been a long day. In the Northern Neck and Middle Peninsula, Rappahannock Community College holds our contract to provide our adult dislocated worker and youth services. This year, so far this year, they have trained 4 individuals from Lancaster County, about $15,000, personal care technicians, and certified medical administrative assistants. For our board that we have, representative for Lancaster County is Jennifer Bowie with Visiting Angels, and then representing the local elected official for this region is Mr. Bateman, who attends our meetings, and I thank you for your support. Within our region, we've had, in our Northern Neck Center, we've had in July 2023 through June 2024, we had 113 Lancaster County residents come through our center. This year so far, we've had 49. People coming in our centers are generally looking for unemployment insurance assistance, job search, resume writing, or a connection to training. I have with me tonight Giles Scott. He's our youth program influencer, and some of the funding that y'all provide to the board helps support the activities that he does. So I thought it would be good to have him come tonight and speak to you about the things that he's doing in the region.
All right, I got a sheet here as well. So that's one for everyone, and then this one would be for you all to just take a glance at some of the programs that we do. The last section, I don't have extra copies of those pictures, but it's just for reference.
And he doesn't have all pictures in full transparency because I forgot to print them.
Yeah, well, we try our best. So again, Giles Scott, I'm the youth program influencer with the board, and so my job is outreach and sharing information about the opportunities to the youth as far as job opportunities, training opportunities, and career pathways. And so we have a few different ways that we try to approach working with the youth and the young adults in the area to do so. Our kind of staple program is our virtual reality career exploration program, and that's the main sheet that you have there, and that just shows you the breakdown of the different industries that the students are able to work with using the VR headsets. So they put the headsets on their head and they're able to see different industries in this VR space, and so they're able to try out a variety of things. They can do things like change oil, change the electrical battery on an EV vehicle. They can do marketing, design. They're able to do knee surgery, do something like be an EMT, airplane aviation maintenance, manufacturing maintenance, welding. So a variety of things that they're able to do in this VR space, and they get to try out these activities. And any of the tutorials last anywhere from 5 to 15 minutes for them to do this experience. Just so for Lancaster County, we've had over 350 uses of this device here in the county, with ranging starting age 8 and older. We've had a few uses of it with the adults, but primarily is with youth that are in the age of 8 to up to 12th grade. We also do mock interviews with the school and some residents in the county as well. Primarily in the school, we have a recent mock interview day that started over the past year and continued this year. And so lots of the students are able to have those small interview experiences with volunteers from the community. We also developed a new event that we've done 2 times now here in the county. You see a flyer for that one also, which is the Community Resource Fair that's held at the homecoming football game. So that was an event that I brought to the school when they accepted it, and we support them in that process of recruiting the other community resources in the area to be at this football game. I thought it was a great way for us to bring our resources directly to the community where we know our people populate on a regular basis at our sporting events in this county. And so that's another way that we are able to support. We do many career exploration activities, such as bringing coloring books to the students, participating in the LES Career Day, and then also for the Career Day for the LHS and the middle school students. Career fairs at the Tech Center, mock interview days at the Tech Center as well. We supported that process with the volunteers for that. And then also do a lot of work with the Boys and Girls Club here in this county primarily, but also the other counties as well. And supporting the Rappahannock Community College in many of their events. We also do job postings, so on our social media and websites. I'm not sure if anybody's familiar with the Facebook groups there, but we have a pretty large presence as far as posting the jobs are in the whole Northern Neck area, and of course, our whole coverage bases that we cover. And then also, we're doing things like supporting the roundtables at the school, trying to work on the academics with work-based learning initiatives, and supporting the Boys and Girls Club with their workforce-related programming as well.
Any questions, gentlemen? Okay, all right, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, good. All right, gentlemen, do I have a consensus?
How you do for me?
Yes. Okay, consensus. Thank you, all right. Okay, Virginia Juvenile Community Crime Control Act, Rappahannock area.
Mr. McNamara is not here right now. Glenn, is he online? You're about 5 minutes ahead of schedule, Mr. Chairman. Actually, no, 15 minutes ahead of schedule. You don't have him online? Okay. I do know that, well, if we're staying in order here, Ronald Davenport is here for the Boys and Girls Club. Ronald, are you expecting Philip as well?
Philip's going to make the presentation. He should be here shortly.
Okay. All right. So we also have Alice Cooper here from the library. Do you have everybody, Alice, with you?
I believe so. Paul McGuire should be online.
Okay.
Okay, all right, if you.
Is he online? Okay. So if you want to jump to the library,
Ms. Cooper? All right.
We could do that. And they have copies of what you emailed me.
Thank you so much. Good evening,
That's
everyone.
page 33.
This evening, you have a special treat. The presentation will be conducted by our board president, Ann Muse, who will talk about library programming, and Paul McGuire, online from Ireland, will be doing the library budget piece. Thank you.
You have a copy, so I'll do a quick read. Hello, I see some familiar faces. Thank you for having us here. I've been with the board about 3 years, and this is my first year as the president. Our numbers have been pretty good this year in terms of what's going on. We have over 11,000 cardholders, 78,000 checkout items, 25,000 digital downloads, and those are becoming more expensive, and 1,800 study room uses that's used from association meetings to mahjong, which I still don't know what it is. So it's almost like a center, a community center at times, our library. We also have art shows. We have Black History Month that was just taken down actually by one of your members' wives. But this recently, we've done a few things. We've collaborated with the Wiley Center, with the Boys and Girls Club, with the Lancaster County Schools, with Rappahannock Community College to develop a parent directory for resources regarding literacy. As you all know, literacy is an issue that we have here, and this is a simple directory with brief descriptions of the programs. We plan to give it out in the spring, so it'll be available to parents during the summer. We also recently have, as some of you may have noticed, our blue Library on Wheels, our mobile library. And what I really like about that is that our new manager, Pete, took a look at the area, tried out a few things, and decided that we were going to do things totally differently. Rather than just serving children, we're going to be serving the adults in our community. So we're going to RWC, we're going to the food pantries at the churches, we're going to the free clinics. We're hitting all of these different places, and now we're forming a regular schedule to do that. And we are giving away resources. We are bringing people in. We've even purchased New York Times bestseller list books in large print. You'd be surprised how many people really appreciate that. Finally, I would say that we have some literacy support online programs for our kids. And we just started our technology person, Shelley, just started a senior seminar.
Can I interrupt?
Pardon me?
The literacy support for kids,
Yes,
are they taking advantage of it?
they are just getting started. It's Brain Fuse, and it's called struggling education station. Alice, do we have some numbers on that, on brain fusion?
I don't have anything.
No. But we are finding that our online and our digital services are becoming very, very popular, to include Audible books that I don't think people even knew about. We also have online all of our 5 major newspapers, and people are using that to include the Wall Street Journal. I think what is really important for you to know, and then I'm going to turn it over to Paul. He really is one of the people who helped us develop a risk management study. We had never had an audit, and Alice and her leadership team, along with Paul, have developed a risk management audit, which has been very helpful for us to see. We're 15, 16 years old now, and the building's getting older, and there's some things we need to address. We've developed a financial controls policy and procedure, and we have this past year met with the river counties to help us talk about ways to ramp up our fundraising. We almost see a fatigue, if you will, in fundraising. So those are some areas that we've worked on this year, focusing on the new. Paul is much better at the numbers, and yes, he's in Ireland, and it's 11 o'clock, but I'm turning it over to him.
Great. Can everybody hear me clearly?
Yes, sir.
Great. I think you have the pie charts in front of you, so with that, I'll just dive straight in, and first of all, say thank you for allowing us the time to present to you tonight. If you look at the first foil where we talk about the 2025 fiscal year, on the left-hand side, you'll see our income sources. And for this fiscal year, we're getting about 20% from Virginia State, about 20% from Lancaster County, and the remaining 60% is from private donations and gifts and grants to the library, as well as another 30% that we withdraw from our endowment fund. So our total income, and this is our forecast, this is the actuals through February and our forecast for the remaining few months of this fiscal year, our income is going to come in at $684,000. On the right-hand side of the foil, you'll notice that our total expense is $757. So the bottom line for us for this fiscal year is that we're going to be operating at a loss of $73,000, and we've had to find ways to compensate to mitigate that loss. You'll also notice in the pie chart that salaries is our largest expense. That appears very prevalent amongst libraries across the country from what I've been able to determine. And this is despite the fact that Alice has well over 80 volunteers working around the clock at the library. So the staffing levels are kept to a minimum as much as possible. One position that has not been filled is a teen center coordinator. So right now we've got the children's center, the adult center, but the teen center is not staffed, and it needs to be because we're not providing programs to teenagers right now. And there's also a safety element of risk there by not having that in place. So we're hoping to be able to hire a teen coordinator sooner rather than later, but right now we've held off because we can't afford it. The other thing that's affecting salaries is that about a year ago, the library brought in a consulting company to look at a lot of things, but a lot of human resource related things. But one of the outcomes of that study is that the staff at the library are being paid well below market rates, and these are the market rates for our area, given that it's a rural area. And so we're trying to close that salary gap so that we don't lose staff. And we've managed to close 50% of the gap, but the remaining 50% remains unpaid. So the staff are still operating at lower salaries than the market would suggest that they're actually worth. So we'll turn to 2026 now to the next file to give you a sense of what we're projecting for 2026. So we believe that we're going to get about a $40,000 increase from the state of Virginia, which will take them up to about $24,000 donation to us. Our endowment fund, we're looking to keep that at the $212,000 that we've taken out in 2025. and we're expecting a small increase in our private donations and grants, et cetera. On this chart, I've got Lancaster County down as giving us the same level funding as we had this year. But of course, if you look at the right-hand side, our projected expenses for next year is $851,000. So right now, we're looking at an operating loss of $87,000 next year. And so when we look at the expenses for next year, salaries, of course, still remains high on the list. We're hoping that we can hire the teen center coordinator and close the pay gap if we can to bring our staff up to market rates. If you look at the yellow section there, which is the library building maintenance and insurance, this area is actually going to increase in cost because our building is now 17 years old and the HVAC systems are reaching end of life, and we've got multiple problems with those systems, and we've already started to replace them. We just recently installed a mini split system into the Chamber of Commerce, but the big systems up on the roof will have to be replaced starting next year. So that's going to drive our costs. The library's got extensive leaks in the roof. We've actually marked 63 tiles with stains. There aren't that many leaks in the roof, but you can divide that number by between 2 and 3. So we've got at least 20 leaks in the roof. So the roof is actually going to require extensive maintenance and repairs next year, if not a total replacement, at least a new membrane over the top. We don't know what exactly we'll have to do there until we get some professional in to give us an assessment. Out of our risk management system, we've identified that our sprinkler system has not been inspected or maintained for 11 years. And so we're out of compliance with state code, and we need to immediately start with inspections, and some of those inspections are costly. And if there are problems discovered with the life safety systems in the library, we'll have to pay for the repairs. So we're expecting an increase there. The last thing I want to mention, and Annie mentioned the library media itself, there is a transition going on, as you're probably well aware, from the old paperback books, and the transformation now is going towards digital streaming and digital media. And to give you an example of what's actually happening, you could go out to Amazon and buy a paperback book for $25, and that might be borrowed by library patrons 100 times, but the cost for that book is still $25. Whereas if we go digital, and a lot of people now want to stream their digital books, the cost per rental there is $4. So if it's rented out 100 times, that means the cost is $400. So basically, what traditionally would cost $25 is now going to cost $400, which is 16 times the cost. So that's not sustainable long term. So we expect that over time, we're going to see two things. Hopefully, there will be some method for libraries in general to have some form of aggregated agreement with the subscription services. Plus, we're also beginning at the library. Analysis already cut back the number of subscription rentals that a patron can have in a month to control our costs better. But that is an area that is transforming, and it's not stoppable. So we expect to see costs increase there. So I'll wrap up by saying, I'd really appeal to all of you to consider us in a very favorable light and help us to close that $87,000 gap by as much as you can possibly give us. The library has not had a capital plan, and so a big chunk of our endowment will now have to be reserved for replacement of the roof, as well as the HVAC systems, as well as maintenance on the sprinkler systems and flooring replacements, as well as other things like windows over time. So we probably have very little time left on the HVACs, but on the rest of the building, we have some years to go before we're in deep trouble. But we will have to reserve funds from the endowment fund for that. So with that, I'll stop and see if there's any questions.
Gentlemen, you have any questions?
I guess one of the questions on the income side, I don't see anything from the town of Kilmarnock. Was a request made?
Right. Yes, that's a good point. The library has a good relationship with the town of Kilmarnock, and the town has been generous in allowing the library to use the town park across the street, and that's been very helpful for especially for the children's program, and that's been well attended. And the town also built a sidewalk as well as a crossing, so that anybody who's attending a program at the town park can actually get to and from the library, in a much safer manner. So they have contributed, not in terms of raw dollars into our bank account, but they have contributed in terms of what they're giving us in terms of the facilities that they have available, and putting in the new sidewalk for us.
Any additional questions? Yes.
How many full-time employees do you have?
I'll let Alice answer that question.
7 full-time employees, a
And
total of 18 employees overall.
Okay. Any additional questions? Okay, all right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, all right.
Thank you.
Gentlemen, do I have a consensus?
Thank you, Paul.
Do I have consensus?
I'm good.
You good? You good? Okay, we good. Got a consensus. All right. Yeah. All right. Community library. All right. Northern Neck, Middlesex Free Health Clinic.
But I think Mr. McNamara is here now.
He's here.
You're back on schedule.
All right. Okay, that's who that is. All right. Okay, that's Virginia Juvenile Community Crime Control Act. All right, Rappahannock. Okay.
You can kill PC2, Glenn.
And that's page 30.
Good evening, Board. My name is Mike McNamara, and I'm here representing the Rappahannock Area Office on Youth. We are a youth-serving agency with a mission to incorporate leadership opportunities and skill development to promote healthy and responsible behavior in youth, young adults, encourage positive development, and provide support to families of participants. Our programs are funded through the Virginia Juvenile Community Crime Control Act. The grant money is pooled from all 4 Northern Neck localities, as well as Essex County, with Westmoreland being the fiscal agent. To qualify for VJCCCA funding, Lancaster County is required to contribute a maintenance of effort, which is $7,908, to receive $20,530 in state funds. Last year, the Rappahannock Area Office requested and received $10,779 from Lancaster County, which included the MOE and small periodic increases from year to year. For the upcoming year, Rappahannock Area Office on Youth proposes an increase of $647 to cover increased cost of living to last year's request, for a total of $11,426. The Rappahannock Area Office on Youth serves both court-involved as well as youth at risk of becoming court-involved. We offer 7 programs. Programs include electronic monitoring, community service supervision, decision-making skills groups, anger management groups, substance abuse education groups, school-based mentoring, and restorative justice. The Office on Youth served its greatest number of referrals during FY24 with 167 referrals. This is a 29% increase from FY23 and a 60% increase from FY22. Lancaster County referrals jumped 40% with 20 total referrals, or 12% of the region's total. It's also important to note, through utilizing electronic monitoring, it is estimated we saved Lancaster County approximately $100,000 when compared to housing those participants in more costly secure detention. Any questions?
Any questions, gentlemen? All right. No questions? All right. Thank you, sir. All right. Do I have a consensus? You do?
Thank you.
All right.
Actually, I do have one brief question. You said we have a 40% increase in services for Lancaster County?
Yes.
Do y'all have any indication of what drove that massive increase?
A lot of it's the prevention side of thing. The court service unit is focusing on a lot more diversions, which is in the court system, rather than taking kids to court, they're trying to be preventive and offer services. So all of our programs are designed for diversion-type programming. That would be my number one. Number two, I think we're still kind of recovering from COVID, and people are just getting out more, and we're seeing the aftermath of that.
All right. Thank you. Any additional? All right. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
All right. Do I have a consensus? Okay. All right. We have a consensus. All right. All right. We're on board. Northern Neck Middlesex Free Health Clinic. That's page 30.
Thanks. I'm back. Mr. Chairman and Board of Supervisors, I am still here after 32 years. And I know you all wonder each year if I'm going to show up, but I've got a couple more, just letting you know. I've promised a couple more years, and I'm not done yet. And I will tell you that healthcare hasn't gotten any easier. I continue to be challenged, but this year has been, I think, one of our biggest movement in creating a community clinic than ever before. For one, we have been able to add a behavioral health component, which is with peer recovery, and we had them cross-trained to community health workers. So currently, we are helping people right here in the Lancaster jail, where we come once a week and have been very excited about being able to get people into recovery. We have calls periodically from a deputy who has somebody with some community needs, whether it be housing or food or whatever. We have the community health workers and have really expanded the dimension that we've been able to do. You know, part of a community health is being partners with everybody. And the important piece is to be able to expand on those levels of services to be able to help communicate. Communication's a very important piece. And often patients don't know, or they don't know how to get back on Medicaid. They can go, but if someone says you can get right onto the computer, they'll come to us and say, can you help us? So we're being able to move people back and forth. With the unwinding of Medicaid, we had an expanded number of uninsured. And in doing that, there are different times where people fell off of a Medicaid just because they didn't do or fill the right form, and then but we've been able to get them back on. All of those pieces are helpful because it just helps build the payables that are needed to be able to help provide the health care. That has been a very important piece. The other very exciting piece is, you know, we became the Rappahannock region for the Area Health Education Council. And why that's important is because finding professionals in this area is very complicated. We're still looking for a doctor. We might have secured another full-time dentist, which we need. But this year we were able to hire a full-time pharmacist, which is, I've been looking for 32 years. We've used part-time, but never have been able to go 5 days a week. That's really important for our patients who, you know, traveling back and forth, you know, from Lancaster County even is sometimes difficult to get back to get prescriptions. So we have
one of those soon, so we may be able to partner with you on that.
Pardon me?
The county may need a pharmacist, so we might be able to partner with you on that.
Our EMS department is required to maintain
there we go.
medications now.
100%. We, you know, so those are, you know, we have to maximize, we have to do everything with quality, and it has to be legal. Everything else, we can take the top off the box and as a community really step up. And I do believe that in all these years to watch it, I can see that the importance of how people get out of their silos. Silos, you know, money's money. Everybody needs money. But if you get out of the silos, you can maximize the potential of all the organizations. And I feel that this year was one of our biggest years. Part of it was because we were able to get the SOAR money to hire peer recovery. And during that process, we required that they become community health workers as well. I will tell you, just in 2.5 months, we have over 12,000 phone calls that have either gone out or come in. That's an incredible amount of just phone time. So we have like 23 employees and 13 full-time. We've pretty been managing about the same number for the last 5 years of full-time. And at this point, we're in looking for the resources to be able to move us to the next level that we can go to. So, but the pharmacist also has been able to do the counseling and being able to help people walk through, when our pharmacy is, has the time to be able to actually counsel people at the same time as opposed to just fill the medicines. So it really has increased compliance. Our no-show rate of taking medicine has dropped from like 22 to about 3%. So, periodically someone will call in refills and will be late. But the availability and the resources of maximizing on the patients inside the building is crucial for moving forward with healthcare. Our dental clinic, we hired a dental hygienist. It's been incredible. It's a full-time position. It allowed us to expand to 5 days a week. We took advantage of the Virginia Department of Health that helped, and the Board of Dentistry of remote dental supervision. So for clinics like us, they have to have general supervision, but in this, if you're remote and you go through the training and you work through the Board of Dentistry, I might have said pharmacy, pardon me, but you can, the dentist doesn't have to be on site, and they have to see there's some limitations that they can't do, but they can help move the patient with a dental need. So if we right now only have a dentist here 3 days a week, so those other 2 days are able to maximize her care and to the patient. So that's another big expansion. That was new this year. Overall, we had 770 new patients this year from all the counties we served, which is a pretty big number. It has obviously become a really important part of the safety net and just the ability to get people back to work and feel a lot better and be part of a community. I just want to thank you all for your support, because there's a spoke of the wheel, and you see it in the PowerPoint. We need every piece to do their part, and you all have certainly been very supportive moving us forward. Without you all, we wouldn't be where we were, we wouldn't be where we are today, and that is a fact. So thank you for your time. Thank you for your effort. I know your jobs are hard. I get it. I will be back next year. But there are still a lot more important work. And, one piece I wanted to add is Bill made this comment one time. When we look at the community assessments that all the hospitals have to do, VCU, Riverside, Bon Secours, they all come together every couple years. It was created by, General Assembly, Senator requested it to address the needs. But what has been profound to me is how little the needle has moved. And, I hit a big birthday this year, and I have 3 words that I am moving forward. Because breaking any silos down to be able to help improve the health of the community is really important. Breaking down the silos, and I hit 70, and it's B Cube, and it is it is bold, blunt, and brave, and that's what it's going to take to help move through some of these obstacles in healthcare. But I got the energy, and I'm going to move forward with it. But thank you all for your support, and if you have any questions.
Any questions, gentlemen?
No, I would just say that we should explore synergies where we can on that
100%.
pharmacy and drug issue, because it's gonna put a strain on the county, and if y'all got resources and things in place, maybe there's some synergy we can work together there.
I think that would be fabulous. We also are working with the local sheriff and the dental needs that can be done at our clinic as well. So that's another, that's how we all have to work together. So I am open to it, and I will follow up on that.
In terms of the overall request number, I mean, I think we've held y'all at level funding for several years.
Last 3 years.
I would support moving this number not to the full request, but to 150, because we need to wind this overall budget in somewhere or raise taxes again. I mean,
Say that again?
your request is 176,000?
That's correct.
Would you be okay with
I
150?
would be most grateful.
That's what I would suggest, that we reduce the request to 150 and grant 150 increase as the increase difference from 135.
So it'd be an increase of just under 15,000.
Under 15. My thinking was, we've asked her to hold her budget even for the last 3 years. And I know last year she did that hurting, but she agreed to it. I'm in favor of granting the entire request that she's asked this year.
I'm with Mr. Paley, because we had level funded the health department for 3 years.
3 years, yeah. And like I said, I know it was hurting her last year. So, gentlemen?
I can't believe you're 70.
Pardon me? Did you say I can't believe you're still standing?
No.
I'm not that old.
You can't believe you're 70.
I can't either, but I'm embracing it.
The full request, Mr.
I'm okay with the full request.
You okay with full? Okay, that's 4 is what
Well,
you
y'all about beat me. I'm just saying that overall in this budget, your choices are gonna be to have to reduce it somewhere, or this board's gonna have to face to raise taxes again. Because it was in a debt, I said the same thing last year, it was in a deficit last year, it's in a deficit this year.
is, yeah.
You cannot run a deficit forever, so you either gotta pay the bills or raise taxes, because there's only those options.
All right, well,
It's not that I'm against funding the full
I
request, it's just a
understand.
matter of looking at the budget in totality and adding up the numbers. It's
No, I
math.
hear.
I think we have a consensus on her full budget request. All right, He's reluctantly going. All right, so we got a consensus there. Thank you. All right, and thank you for working with us in the past years.
No, thank you for your dedication, and we'll come back with some good results as well, and I'll follow up with EMS.
And Mr. Bellows, from what you said, you're right. We're thinking about that. We got to look where we can cut something somewhere. Yeah, all right. All right, so what's the next one?
Boys and Girls Club.
All right. Boys and Girls Club. That's page 31.
And you're 2 minutes ahead of schedule.
All right, good, that's good.
He ran over so much last time, he's got to get it back.
Good evening. My name is Jackie Emmons, and I know several of you. I'm the Director of Marketing and Development at the Boys and Girls Club of the Northern Neck. And with me this evening, I have several guests with me, but first is CEO Philip Mumford, who's been with the club for, 13 years? And then we have Ronald Davenport, who is the president of our corporate board. He slid over. And then our special guests tonight are Ms. Tinsley Walters and Mr. Landry Walters, our brother and sister, of course. So what we always start out with our board meetings is we always have a member spotlight. So tonight, we're turning this over to the kids. So you want to come up first? Got it. Speak in the mic, okay. You want Landry? Okay, I'm going Landry. He's a little shorter, so we're going to stand you over here. Yeah, let's hold the microphone down a little bit. Oh, okay. Okay. Can you tell him your name?
My name is Landry Walters from the Boys and Girls Club Northern Neck.
And how old are you?
I am 7 years old.
And what grade are you in?
First grade.
Have you been coming to the club for about a year?
Kind of.
Kind of, okay. All right. I know you love coming to the club. What's your favorite thing to do at the club with us?
Probably play basketball in the gym.
Basketball. He's a good basketball player, just like I'll know. He's up and coming. So you told me earlier that you wanted to tell them what you want to see new at the club. So did you want to share that?
I don't think I really know.
You don't want to know now? Okay. So y'all may know his dad from, you don't know? You don't know, okay. He told us on his way up here, his dad works at RWC. So you want to tell them what you want to be when you grow up?
I want to be a RWC worker like my dad.
Okay. Y'all have any questions for Mr. Walters here? Okay. All right, you ready? Come on, Tinsley, you got it.
Good job.
So Tinsley, how long have you been coming to the club?
Around a year.
Around a year. You're talking to the mic, okay. So you are 11?
Yes.
Okay, what grade are you in?
5th.
Okay, and what's your favorite thing about the club?
Probably the art room.
The art room. Do you play any sports?
No.
Okay, what would you like to see extra at the club?
Maybe more like playground equipment.
There's always room for more playground equipment. It might take the soccer field out, though, I'm not sure. Who's your favorite teacher at the club?
It used to be Miss Destiny, but I would say Miss Sheena, Miss Dale.
They've been there a long time. All right, you got anything you want to tell the board?
No, not really.
Okay. All right, well, thank you very much.
Thanks,
you. Guys.
Thank you.
Tinsley actually has a huge interest in art and wants to work in acting or art when you grow up, right? Good. So I'll move on. So your support is essential to our success and shows the county's commitment to having affordable youth development services in the community. Tonight, we come to you with a request of $50,000 to support our programming in Lancaster County. Noted this is a slight increase from last year's budget request. With an increase in growth comes an increase in expenses. And this also aligns with the increase in minimum wage. So I'm going to turn it over to Philip now.
All right. Thank you, Jackie. And thank you all for allowing us to come and speak with y'all tonight. I think this is probably my 12th or 13th time coming before y'all as well. So you know a lot about the Boys and Girls Club, but I'm just going to remind you a few things. The Boys and Girls Club of the Northern Neck's mission is to inspire and enable all young people to realize their full potential as productive, caring, and responsible citizens. Investing in youth development contributes to a more educated workforce, which is beneficial to the local economy. In addition, affordable out-of-school time youth development programming reduces the financial stress on families and allows family members to be more productive workers with the knowledge that their children are in a safe and nurturing environment. Our fees remain extremely low at $25 per school semester and $30 a week in the summer. We never want our fees to prohibit youth from attending our programs. So scholarships are also still available for families that are most in need. And as always, our teen members that are age 13 and up attend our clubs at no cost to the families. We do this because we cannot make and assist with positive change if they're not participating in our programs. And we know that teens, they have options. They have other things that they can do. So we work to keep them engaged in our programs. Now, the amount that we're requesting this year, I wanted to let you know that we're serving over 350 youth and teens from Lancaster County, and that comes to, with our request, about $140 per child for the year. Now, we are seeking funds for continued support of our wide range of programs that are crucial for the development of children and teenagers in our community. In our programs, we focus on 4 key priorities. I used to talk about 3 key priorities, but our national organization has seen the light and added a 4th one, which we've been doing for years. The first 3 are academic success, healthy lifestyles, and instilling good character and citizenship in our kids. The new one that National has added, we've been doing for years, is expanding on a life and workforce readiness, making sure that our teens are prepared working hand in hand with the schools and others in the community, we want to make sure that they have a vision and a place to go beyond the high school and they're 18. In academic success, we provide homework help through Power Hour as well as tutoring, both at school. We work closely with the schools and also having volunteers at the clubhouse. We also have a partnership with Youth Technology Network, which focuses on STEM activities to enhance learning and academic performance. We actively promote all areas of healthy lifestyles. We encourage physical fitness by offering independent playtime and on the playground, as well as opportunities to participate in team sports. One of our strongest partners in the community, the YMCA, we've been partnering with locally for the last few years, hosting team sports such as soccer and basketball at our club for their teams and for ours, and us going to theirs. We're hosting these also soccer and basketball, like I said. We also offer swim lessons that are provided by the YMCA, but paid for through grants that we've received. And we're ensuring that the kids have the basics in swimming and water safety skills. Through our Teen Chef program, we teach our members basic cooking skills, focusing on healthy meals. And of course, we sometimes have to sneak in a couple of sweet treats ever so often for the kids. But we strive to build good character and citizenship by instilling values of leadership, community service, and personal responsibility. This is taught through programs like Positive Actions and through our youth and teen leadership programs that you may have heard the titles the Torch Club and Keystone Clubs. And through us giving back through volunteering for community service projects throughout the year. Now, our life and workforce readiness is an important focus of the Boys and Girls Club. We value the time that we have with Youth Technology Network, and you may know Giles Scott, that's with the Workforce Investment Board. Both of these organizations have brought virtual reality technology to help offer our members the opportunity to experience real careers while just having fun with this virtual world. As part of our initiative this year through the Boys and Girls Clubs of America, we have also expanded our reach to young adults aged 19 to 24. This is the new focus, additional focus for Boys and Girls Clubs across the country. We're looking to help young adults between 19 and 24 who may need a little extra help in preparing for the future. This may include more help with budgeting, finding the perfect career, or furthering their education, or just assisting with pairing them with a seasoned volunteer that is willing and capable to serve as a career coach, should the young adult be interested in being mentored. We continue to partner with local agencies such as Rappahannock Community College to extend our services beyond high school and are looking at opportunities to introduce more internships to our members and other young adults in the community. Jackie, back to you.
The Boys and Girls Club wants to be available for all youth and not allow money to be a barrier for anyone to attend. As we mentioned earlier, we only charge families $25 per school semester and it's simply $30 per week. And that includes T-shirts, their field trips, all the activities from 7:30 in the morning until 5:30 at night.
2 meals a day.
2 meals a day. So at a total of $300 per year to attend the club, this covers just 10% of the total cost associated with providing the services. And with your support of $50,000, you'll be helping to support the youth of Lancaster County. Join us at the club during the year. Please remember, we also charge no fees for teens over 13. With our new initiative extending our services to young adults in the area up to 24, the extra money requested will help us in providing programming and the necessary staff to assist in the program. Thank you for listening to us tonight and considering the budget offer. Questions for us, please?
Any questions, gentlemen?
Hey, thank you for allowing the Booster Club to have their auction there on Saturday night.
They had a great event there.
It was very nice. Mhm.
Did you come?
Yes.
Good. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, gentlemen. What's your pleasure? Do we have a consensus? Mr. Bellows, do we have a consensus? All right. I think we have a consensus. Okay. Legal aid work?
Legal aid works, yeah. This is obviously not Ann Kleckner, but
No.
I think you were here last year, weren't you?
Yes, sir, I was.
Yeah, James Bree?
Yeah, I'm not as pretty as Ann, but yes, sir.
Page 30. Page 30. Oh, yes, sir.
Thank you. My name is James Briggs. I'm the managing attorney of the Tappahannock Branch Office of Legal Aid Works. I am here on behalf of Legal Aid Works for Ann Klockner tonight. And we've been serving your constituents of Lancaster County since 1979. And thank you again for the opportunity to speak to you tonight about our organization, and thank you for your previous support. We are asking for level funding of $5,600, and we understand all too well the tough choices that go into balancing a county budget. Our two-attorney office in Tappahannock covers the 7 counties, including Lancaster County. We represent low-income people who need an attorney in civil legal matters, including domestic violence survivors and unemployment benefits, and landlord-tenant and foreclosure matters. We are the only agency providing these services in your county. In your county, there are 1,561 eligible low-income persons who would qualify for our services. As an outside agency, we behave like an inside agency by helping county government in 3 different ways. Taking the strain off the social services safety net by lifting clients out of poverty with enforceable court orders of child and spousal support that the clients would not otherwise have won without our legal intervention. Helping the county court system run efficiently by helping those who can't afford an attorney. As you all may know, or if you do not know, pro se litigants tend to slow the system down considerably. And we also help with assisting local law enforcement agencies by securing enforceable civil protective orders for domestic violence survivors. We take that $5,600 in financial support that is provided to legal services that benefit your clients, and we leveraged that last year, in the last fiscal year, with 28 of your residents receiving our services by our two-attorney office in Tappahannock, including several critical domestic violence cases. When you total the real, measurable financial help we give to the residents of your county compared to the amount that you give us, it's an excellent return on your investment. In the last fiscal year, the 3 offices of our agency obtained over $418,000 for our clients throughout the 17 counties that we serve. When you decide to fund us, you are supporting not just our agency, but your police force, your court system, your Social Security agency. Your low-income constituents rely on us. And the Lancaster County support we have received in the past made this community safer and more stable for everyone, not just our low-income clients. We hope you will continue to support us so your county can achieve the American ideal of justice for all. And I apologize for reading off of the script, but this is not exactly my forte in general, this stuff. But I do have some brochures for the board members. Fresh, I handed that before. But please feel free to look through them, and if you think of any constituents that you may know of who may be looking for some type of legal aid service, please don't hesitate to give them to us. And we plan to make sure the courts have plenty of them for others in your county. And if you have any questions, I will do my very best to answer them to the best of my ability. And thank you again for having me. I truly appreciate it. Thank you all.
All right, have any questions, gentlemen? No questions. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. They'll have a consensus. Yeah. Okay. We have a consensus.
All right, thank you. Mr. Chairman.
Yes, sir.
John might can help me out here. Tonight, That was the last one, huh?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, tonight, we've heard, I don't know how many different organizations, agencies that's got services that's, people can go to, youth can go to and all that. And I sit here and wonder, who's directing these people? Who's coordinating all of these efforts? You got all these services out there. And I don't know if we got one place or some place that people can go and get the information saying, you can get help here, that kind of, it just seems like me, we got a lot of different moving parts in the Northern Neck, let's say. And I'm just wondering if the communication is there for the people to know about the help they can get.
The short answer is no. There are a lot of silos. You have many of these organizations that serve large areas. We're just one county within those areas. Many of them offer services that support one another, and there needs to be an effort, and that falls on me, to try to break down these silos. Perfect example is Mr. Palin and myself recently met at the Boys and Girls Club with Donna Anderson, and that facilitated an additional conversation with Rappahannock Community College about workforce development. The program that they asked for that additional $5,000 for, which is serving 19 to 24-year-olds to help find them a career path. But yeah, the communication isn't there. I'd endeavor to have a place on the county website where all of the services that are provided to our residents that the county doesn't provide, that are provided by these non-governmental organizations, like a one-stop shop for all of these various services on the county website, and then working with them in whatever way we can to communicate the services that they provide to the public. And in return, they have, in many cases, like the Boys and Girls Club's a perfect example, access to individuals who slip through the cracks in our county. And so it's kind of a two-way street.
Yeah, because you hit on one, workforce, that comes up in our 2035 every week, workforce. And then, we hear Giles Scott talking about it tonight. We hear, everybody's talking about workforce. And I'm wondering, are they talking to each other?
Yeah,
the school's talking about workforce. Are they talking to each other, though?
Yeah.
I think so, because Giles mentioned he was
Yeah.
in the Boys and Girls Club.
Yeah.
And he mentioned we just looked at a flyer that they're in Lancaster, Northumberland.
I just wonder what level.
What I hear you saying is that as a citizen, maybe I can go on their website and
Yeah.
type in the search bar for something I need, and then it populates these organizations that I can go to.
Particular to workforce development, I endeavor to put together a small group of local stakeholders, and this has come up in our CBRAC meetings, stakeholders that can liaise with the Workforce Development Board, which is really the conduit for all of these other services, Rappahannock Community College, so on and so forth, so that we can, because they serve such a large area, so that we can tell them exactly what our needs are, because they're not always going to be able to figure that out for us. So it's up to me, in my opinion, it's up to us to figure out what our needs are and then tell them what those needs are so they can try to meet them.
It's hard too, because some of the services that these would provide to like low-income folks don't really have the access or
That's right.
means to go on a website and look up something and then do X, Y, or Z to execute. So that's a burden.
So how do we find them?
That's a burden too.
Some of them go through the Department of Social Services.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, and our housing director, Tina Reamer, fields calls a lot for people looking for services. And I recently tasked her with putting together resources that are provided by faith-based institutions like Interfaith, The Link, to put them all together so that we can put them on our website and have it. So we can hand somebody, because these are services the county cannot provide, so we have it all in one page or pamphlet or something that we can hand somebody to point them in the right direction when we can't provide them the help that they need. We have, I guess my point is, we have many institutions that provide a lot of resources to our citizens, and we could, Mr. Lee, do a better job of helping them disseminate those resources.
So, any further board comments? County Administrator?
No, sir, your next meeting is this 2 nights from now, Thursday night, Budget presentations at 5. You have 10 presentations scheduled, followed by the regular meeting at 7.
And tonight you got a consensus from us, but we haven't approved it.
No, we do that at the end. Yeah. All right, gentlemen. Unless somebody has something else, I entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
That's all right.
Adjourn until Thursday night.
Yeah, adjourn to Thursday night, okay? You heard the motion. All in favor say aye. Aye. All right, we adjourned.